Day 2 of testing around the Iowa Speedway has come to an end here, and we're going to go over today's recap. So, Martin Truex Jr. was the fastest of the cars here in testing Day 2 around the Iowa Speedway. He said the car felt very good. There was barely any issues other than Turn 4, which we'll talk about later. The 19 car, in what could possibly be his final season, Truex has definitely been the best Joe Gibbs car throughout testing. Now, a bit of a surprise in the second spot. Chris Buescher, we saw early on in the session, go for a spin off of 4. But that Fastenal Ford Mustang for RFK Racing looks very good. Buescher, we got an interview with Buescher after the session, and he said there's definitely some work they could do on this car, but he's definitely looking forward to the race around this speedway. And now third, Kyle Busch, another driver who's quite possibly could be his last season, or maybe even just his last season at KBM. Or not KBM, I'm sorry, Joe Gibbs Racing. The 18 car, however, did look good throughout the day. That Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry, definitely fast. In fact, the entire Joe Gibbs team looked very good, with Christopher Bell ending the day in the 5th spot. However, there was one gray spot for Joe Gibbs Racing. Denny Hamlin, the FedEx 11 car, has just struggled throughout testing, and he just did not have much speed, and then he had that crash early on in the session after trying to avoid the 34 of Michael McDowell. Now, one thing to talk about. Turn 4, we saw a lot of issues in this corner. We talked about it earlier. Chris Buescher, he went around off of 4. Kevin Harvick, he went around before the contact with his teammate ended his day. Ryan Blaney, Corey LaJoie, just a ton of drivers struggled off of Turn 4 today. And that might be one thing we have to watch out for when we come here later on in the year. But that's it for the recap. We do have a couple more days of testing here at the Iowa Speedway. I'll talk to you guys then. Let's see how the rest of testing will go.